Welcome, WrestlingFigs.com Fall Toy Fair here, Santa Monica, California, with none other than Jeremy Padawer. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, we've had a very busy year. I think it's pretty clear that what you're going to see today as you walk through the gallery is that we have a full-on UFC launch and a full-on TNA launch to come in 2010. And, that's a huge gear shift for us. But we took the bull by the horns. As soon as we sort of caught wind that we're going to have to make major changes, we went for it. Did a lot of new business development, and here we are today. And we have a very competitive line from a pricing standpoint to a product standpoint to a packaging standpoint. And promotionally, we're going to be doing some really unique stuff as well.
And you've done it successfully.
Thank you.
Really? No, seriously.
Well, I'll tell you, there's no guarantees in this business or this world. So especially in a time that's so uncertain that when you do have to make a major shift, you'd like to do it in the greatest of economic circumstances. This has not been something that I would have foreseen coming, but I will tell you that I think that we made the absolute most out of what we could have done. We signed quite possibly the hottest license in the world with UFC, and TNA, I think, is fulfilling a void to that older age consumer, and more as WWE goes towards a PG product.
Well, not only have you launched the TNA line now here at Fall Toy Fair, but the UFC line and also the relaunch of Jeremy.com. Tell us about that.
No comment on that.
Oh, okay. All right. I see how this interview is going to go today.
Let's just put it this way. I've always enjoyed corresponding with collectors, and I'm a collector. I grew up collecting baseball cards, autographs, LJN figures. What else? Everything that you would think that a kid, He-Man, everything that you might think that a kid that grew up in the late 70s and early 80s may collect. So I understand the mentality, especially becoming an adult who still enjoyed collectibles. I have to admit that this, for me, was a dream to become involved with, and I hope that my entire career is involved with a collector-based product.
Okay, so we're going to start right off the bat, if you don't mind, with controversy, because controversy creates cash. That's a well-known book out there, guys. So let's talk a little bit about RIDI versus RADA, kind of, sort of. For those of you who don't know, ruthless aggression. TNA is now doing mainly strictly deluxe aggression. Tell us why you went that way, and tell us a little bit about it, and what came in DI wise. What came into that that thought process?
All right, so it was definitely a challenging decision to do, sort of the basic style or to do a deluxe style figure. And what it came down to was price value. And I'll just sort of draw this out there. But our objective is to be at retail and to offer significant price value to the end consumer, okay? And moreover, we have to get past the buyer, right? The buyer of this product at Walmart and at TRU and at Target, they have to feel like they're getting a significant value as well. What it came down to was we're going to be under $10 on our deluxe figures. With deluxe, of course, I can't control retail pricing. That's just my prediction. But we're talking about deluxe articulation. We're talking about deluxe deco. We're talking about outstanding collector packaging. And I think if we had gone a basic version, we would have maybe been 8 or 9. So the bottom line was, for us, the decision was, where are we providing the end consumer the most value? Where are we providing the end consumer the most benefit? And we can do that with the deluxe style figures. And so really, I know that there's some disappointment, and for that I apologize that we weren't able to achieve both. Now, with that said, though, we are going to be doing a basic style that will be delivered through Grocery Drug, and then we're also going to be doing a dollar store channel figure. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if a consumer was looking for the basic style figure, for lack of a better word, versus deluxe, you still can get it, but we're not going to be able to get 7, 8, 9 line extensions in at retail. It's just the reality of retail today is that they're looking for the top brands, and if you're not a top 10 action figure brand, they're going to say, okay, choose 4 line extensions to get into retail. So for us, we had to make choices, and I promise you that the choices that we made took into consideration everything, including the collector's perspective, but at the end of the day, also value, 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 value. And those are the top 5 reasons why we've gone with the device that we've gone with.
Well, and I understand that point too as being a collector. I mean, by the time it gets to the store chains, you just made the decision before it got there, which is going to save you guys time and money. Secondly, I'm a fan of wrestling and collectibles, as anybody else out there. However, I have to say I was blown away by the Deluxe when I came in here today because they look really, really good. I mean, as far as figures goes, the Ruthless Aggression versus Deluxe Aggression, really right now with what you guys got coming out, I like the Deluxe Aggression more than I do the Ruthless Aggression. I was a Ruthless Aggression fan before Deluxe. So, I mean, the Deluxe Impact now, as we're going to call it, Deluxe Impact instead of Deluxe Aggression.
I mean, let's put it this way. It's a different there's a lot of differences in terms of the body style. And, I think it's just fair to say that we're doing a Deluxe version of figures, that we're going with a Deluxe body style that we're doing with UFC. Right. I'd say UFC is more of an Ultra Deluxe because of the additional articulation, so that you can do sort of some of the grappling moves as well. But, bottom line is we're delivering a great product at a great price point. And frankly, not only will we have a very competitively priced product at retail, but it's competitively, if you take a look at the other figures that are at retail, ours are larger too. Right. So it's not just, we're really providing something I think as a consumer walks through the aisle, they're going to go, wow, that's a great value at that size, at that price point.
And in today's economy, that's the best place you can be right now.
And that's where we have to be with the fact that with being with TNA, they are an amazing organization, but they're not the number 1 wrestling organization right now. They may be the most passionate. These are all arguable points. Right. Maybe they're the most this, maybe they're not the most that. But I can tell you that from a business perspective, the objective is not to do a price premium thing. We have to provide a value, and we have to make sure that our buyer and our end consumer, when they, that they feel very good about what they're getting at retail.
Well, so far from what I see, the product is awesome. I mean, especially for the price packages you guys are coming out with, that's an easily a $12.99 figure at least, and you guys are doing it for under 10 you're trying, which is great.
Yeah. Now, again, these are all, the price points are to be determined by retail. But I do believe that based upon the pricing that we're providing, that's probably where they're going to end up being.
That's good. Now, you did touch on articulation. Now that we've seen the first images of the Deluxe, because we know there's a Hong Kong Toy Fair going on too, you don't have all of them here, but now that we see the Deluxe Impact Edition that you have, are there going to be more articulation in the future for TNA figures, kind of like the UFCs are right now, or are you going to kind of leave it like it is?
Yeah, I think there's absolutely room for crossover. We have a great tool base that we've established now for UFC, and certainly I think that especially in a world where wrestling becomes more and more about grappling and about reality, maybe, and I think that could be a potentially part of TNA. Yeah, why not? I could definitely see a crossing over from the tooling base, sure.
Now, one thing that we do see that's a little bit different than the WWE days is the packaging has changed. I mean, I love the 6-sided ring look. What came into that, and whose idea was that? Was yours, Peter's? Who was that?
It's everything's a team as far as I'm concerned. I mean, basically, we Enrique and Peter and all those guys are doing a killer job, and we did a first round of packaging comps, and when we saw the first round, I just kind of, my goal is not necessarily to be. I'm not a benevolent person, but I am fair. It doesn't mean the same thing, right? Does it? I'm just kidding.
You're a brand person. You want to brand it from the get-go.
Let's put it this way. I went in with the scissors, and I cut some things up. But bottom line was it was excellent, and I think we got to this point. It was a team effort. And, our objective is to do line extensions at retail, just like you've seen us do in the past. Where the brand is important, but also we're establishing sub-branding. Right. So, for instance, Deluxe Impact is going to be the standard for our action figure line, and then we're going to have micro segmentation and the other things that you would expect from us.